intro?
Yeah.
Okay.
This could be it too.
All right.
So I'm recording.
Welcome to another episode of Scared Charlie Garage, where we're talking about...
It's episode 4.
Is this episode 4?
It's episode
Tom
4.
tells me this is episode 4. This is episode 4.
Episode 4.
All right. It's
Oh,
cool.
we have Adam. Adam's here,
Daisy's
helping.
here.
Daisy, our buddy. She like, almost waved.
She's stuck on the table.
Right.
So today we're going to talk about this cab. It came all the way from North Dakota to Illinois, where it sat for a couple of years, and now it's in Michigan, where it's going to go on a truck, on a frame, I guess, as a truck at some point, hopefully.
And where's the frame?
It's at the powder coater.
Oh.
The frame is at the powder coater. It's. I was hoping it'd be back by now, but it's not back yet, so we're waiting on that. Hopefully this next week it'll be back, along with some brake parts, so I can put the front end together. Said we can have half a chassis,
Okay.
half a running chassis. So, yeah. Let me run you through what I got to do on this thing, so that we've got some idea. This grill's not going to be used. That grill's going to be extra parts. I may use this hood though. Welcome to Tom's seating for 3 weeks.
Doesn't look very comfortable, Mike.
It doesn't have a seat in it yet. So I got to fabricate floor pans for it because it doesn't have floor pans, obviously. But the key thing is the rocker panels, which mount to the frame. There's some wood that goes under here, which I have to make up. But the wood that goes under here will mount this to the frame. And this is actually very solid, so I don't have to do a whole lot of work there. I do, however, if you point your camera down there, Tom, see where you can see ground?
I see. Actually, I can see my foot under there. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
That needs to be fixed. So I'm going to have to do that. And I'm going to have to repair a whole bunch of dents up here. Because if you can't see, there are a whole bunch of dents up here. Which is subject to, or is a cause or result of, I guess, result is the best word,
Mike,
of 80 years as a truck.
what's
That's a turn
this?
signal.
That's a turn signal?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right and left.
And what's this do? Is this
That's
cruise
a horn.
control?
That's a horn.
It turns for the horn?
It's a horn. Well, kind of. There's a rod that goes in here. There's a copper rod that goes
Oh.
from here all the way down to the gearbox.
Oh, cool.
And when you turn that, it preloads it enough so where it contacts the steel of the hollow steering shaft to cause the horn to function.
Oh, cool.
So you need a very straight rod, which is unfortunate because most of them aren't. I did need a little repair here because it's been sliced through. This, in a previous life, this was a flatbed, 1.5 ton, so it was a heavy pickup truck, and it's been used and abused.
In a heavy way.
If you can't tell, there's very many dents all over that are going to have to be pounded out.
Or it's just character.
It's not, Tom. It's not quite that much character. There is a lot of character, and it all needs to be fixed. So yeah, that's what's going to happen to the cab. I've got a new steering wheel. You've seen the steering wheel. It's a banjo steering wheel. It's going on there. So that's going to happen. Actually, this cab's not in that bad a shape. For being 85 years old, there is very little serious rust on it. It's much better than the cab that I had that was original to the truck. So it won't be bad. It won't be bad at all. That'll make it worse.
I like it.
There we go.
Nice.
It's so bad. It feels bad right now.
All right.
Daisy's going to show us what else we got to do.
All right. She's like,
it's not over there.
she's like, we gotta get the antlers.
We got to come play. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. Come on. And we put her on her chain.
Yeah.
Thanks. You ready?
I am.
All right. So, we have many things to work with.
Actually, it looks like there's not very much in here.
There's not a whole lot in here. Actually, there's a lot in here right now. There's most of a car in here, minus a frame. Yeah, there's actually a lot more in this garage than you think, Tom. There's tires. There's a rear end right here. Axles.
A portion of a Columbia.
Well, yeah, kind of. Not really. That's actually parts of the original 35, but it's going to go into Columbia. Ring and pinion was what I was looking for. There's, the cabs there, transmission, engine, front wishbone, rear suspension, torque tube, drive shaft. It's all here. Everything but a frame.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
So, like, in theory,
In theory,
Well,
their truck is in this garage. Well, outside this garage slightly,
Right.
but mostly in this garage.
Yeah, that's true because the bed's over there. You can't see it very good because
Yeah.
it's kind of rusted away. But yeah,
That's
we
just
have
because the floor is not in it.
right. But we have the cab. Yeah. So we
mostly-
have like
mostly-
most everything in here.
With some extra parts. There's 6 wheels here.
Right, and 2 hoods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 2 cabs. The other one's on the other side of the garage.
True.
See?
So there might be more than one truck here.
There's like 3 engines in here.
Oh, good point. Good point.
So yeah. See, yeah.
Sweet.
Don't brag. I got 2 transmissions in here.
Yep.
Don't say that my stuff's not here. Yeah. So what I've been working on is basically this transmission. I tore the transmission apart, cleaned it out, checked all the gears and everything. Let me show you guys. Because I thought that they would be much worse than they are, seeing as there was a massive block of ice in the case when I took it apart. But actually, this is the cluster gears. This is the lowermost part of gears. Everybody knows oil floats on top of water. So water sits in the bottom of the transmission. And so this cluster gear is the one thing that the water would be in contact with the most. And it's actually in very, very good shape. There's no pitting on any of the teeth. Honestly, all the thrust washers are good. The bearings are good. The whole transmission itself is in very good shape. This is the main shaft. So that's a cluster gear. This is the main shaft. And like there's virtually no wear on any of these gears. So this is the engagement for the selector. It's a non-synchro transmission. And so this is well, I guess it's not brass synchros. I guess this is technically a synchro, but there's no brass synchros. But anyways, so this is the engagement for the synchro, and there's very little wear on that. The gear itself, I tore this apart and checked it, and it's in very good condition. We're honestly pretty good to go on this, Tom. This engages
As far as wear, but Mike, can you put this back together?
How dare you? Of course I can put this back together. Come on.
I mean, I see a lot of parts.
It's the input shaft of the bearing. There's no dead spots on the bearing. It spins very, very smoothly, very freely.
And how have you determined that there's no dead spots on the bearing?
You go like this, and you feel for dead spots.
And that is
It's a very scientific method. This is approved by the Federal Aviation Administration for how to check bearings. You clean it off in some solvent, and then you blow some air through it to make sure that there's nothing left in there. And then you spin the bearing like this. You go like this, and then you spin it back and forth, and you check for dead spots, and you look at it to see if there's any corrosion. And there's not.
And so your fingers are essentially the...
My highly trained fingers are, yes, basically, yeah. Pretty much.
That could be taken. He said that. Yeah.
Oh, trust me. My girlfriend will tell you that they're highly trained.
Explicit. She doesn't watch any of these videos, so
She might now. She can check up on me. So yeah, so this transmission, it's like I say, it's in very good shape. It's ready to go. I also have a spare over there in case this one wasn't in that good a shape or ready to go.
Tune in for next week's episode when we install a cot in Mike's garage.
That may happen. That may happen. She just wants to be included, Tom.